Hi, I'm Dave, WB9TEN, and this is the second of several videos to run PAT, a Winlink client, on Windows. In this video I will cover sending messages with the packet protocol using a VHF or UHF radio. This video will build on what I covered in the first part of this series. If you have not yet installed PAT or sent a Winlink message, take the time to watch my first video, PAT for Windows, Sending Your First Message. Before I go any farther, I want to thank Andrei Kopenchuk, UZ7HO, and his team for creating and maintaining Sound Modem. Now, let's get started. The equipment you will need for sending PAT messages with packet starts with a computer loaded with PAT and a modem program such as Sound Modem or Direwolf. For this video I will be using Sound Modem. You'll have to connect your computer to a hardware interface. Typically this is with a USB cable. Next is the hardware interface. The interface does three things. It converts audio output from the radio to a digital signal for the modem program. It converts the digital signal from the modem program to an audio signal for the radio's microphone input, and it produces a push-to-talk signal. I'll be using a digirig today. The digirig is small, it is offered with a wide variety of cables for various radios, and it generates its own push-to-talk signal. A Signalink, EasyDigi, or a homebrew interface will work as well. The cable that connects between the hardware interface and your radio must be made specifically for that hardware and radio combination. This cable connects the radio speaker, microphone input and push-to-talk to the hardware interface. And finally your radio. I'm using a Yaesu handheld because the RMS is nearby and I don't need much power. To reduce RFI, the radio is connected to an outside antenna. You could also use a mobile or a base station with the appropriate interface and cable. Before you start Sound Modem, verify that the digirig or the interface that you are using is recognized by Windows. Plug in the digirig or other interface to your computer. After it is plugged in, open the Windows Device Manager. Enter Device Manager in the search box and then choose Device Manager. In the Device Manager window, scroll down to Ports, COM and LPT. Click the arrow on the left to expand ports. If the digirig is present, you will see a line that starts with Silicon Labs. On that same line is a COM port number. In this example it is COM4. Make note of this number, you will need it to configure push-to-talk in Sound Modem. Note that some interfaces, the Signalink for example, do not use a COM port for push-to-talk. Scroll on down to Sound, Video and Game Controllers. Expand that line. Verify that there is a device titled USB Audio Device. That is the sound card part of digirig. Close the Device Manager. You are now ready to download Sound Modem. If you have been running Sound Modem, Direwolf or a similar packet modem application, start it now and skip forward to Starting PAT. Open a browser. In the address box, enter uz7.ho.ua. When the website opens, locate and click on the link Packet Radio. Scroll down the page and locate the link soundmodem114.zip. Click the link to start the download. Sound Modem is an exe file that is packed in a zip file. Open the zip file and move Sound Modem exe to a convenient location. I am going to use the folder C:WL-PAT. That is the folder where I placed PAT exe for the first video of this series. You can now start and configure Sound Modem. In the WL-PAT folder, start Sound Modem by double-clicking on the icon. Then, from the Settings menu, choose Devices. This is where you will select the digirig audio input and output and set up push-to-talk. From the Output Device drop-down box, choose the device that starts with speakers and ends with USB audio device. Then, from the Input Device drop-down box, choose the device that starts with microphone and ends with USB audio device. In the Select PTT Port drop-down box, choose the COM port number that you noted in Device Manager. In this example, It is COM4, but most likely it will be different depending on what other USB devices are connected to your computer. Before you close this window, verify that the AGWPE server port is set to 8000 and that enabled is selected. AGWPE is a protocol that PAT and sound modem will use to communicate with each other. Port 8000 is the default port number that PAT will use. When everything is set, click OK. Make sure that your computer, digirig, and radio are connected. Turn on your radio, set it to a packet frequency and set the squelch to wide open. Set the speaker volume to midpoint. This may need to be adjusted later. If you have a second radio available, set it to the same frequency to monitor the packet signal. Now, open the calibration menu. Under Channel A, click Both Tones, and the radio will begin to transmit. You should hear the rather harsh-sounding dual tones of the packet signal in the second receiver. Click Stop TX. Close the calibration window and let sound modem continue to run. Now, you can start and configure PAT for packet and then send a message. Starting PAT was covered in the first video in this series. In a command prompt window, change to the WL-PAT directory. Start PAT by entering PAT HTTP. Now, start a browser and enter localhost:8080 to open the PAT main page. This next step will load data for every RMS that is reporting to the Winlink system. It can be done with an RF connection, but it is much faster if you do it over the internet using Telnet. If you operate portable, you should do this occasionally when connected to the internet to keep the data current. From the action menu choose Connect, the Connect to Remote Node dialog opens. Click Show RMS List to expand the dialog box. Click Update Cache. This will load current RMS data and should only take a few seconds. When the data is loaded, close the dialog. The next few steps will configure to connect PAT to sound modem using the AGWPE protocol. From the action menu choose Configure, the Configuration dialog opens. Scroll down the page to AX25. Click AX25 to expand it. Now, scroll until you locate AGWPE. Click AGWPE to expand it. Verify that under AGWPE address, that the entry is localhost:8000. This is the default value for PAT. If it is not the same, change it to localhost 8000. Scroll back up to the top and click Back to Mailbox. Now, from the action menu, choose Connect. The Connect to Remote Node dialog opens. From the Transport drop-down, choose AX25. This will do two things. It will configure PAT for packet, and automatically filter the RMS list to just those stations operating the packet protocol. Click Show RMS List and choose an RMS. This will set the call sign of the RMS in the target box and show the frequency that the RMS is operating on. Set your radio to the same frequency, in this example 145.530 MHz. When you are ready, click Connect. The dialog will close and your radio will transmit and connect to the RMS. Any new messages will be downloaded to your computer. You can hear this exchange in your monitor radio. You will also see the exchange in the PAT information window. PAT is now ready to compose and send messages just as you did in the first video. From the action menu choose Compose. Fill out the New Message form. Click Post. You can add as many messages as you need to the outbox. They will all be transmitted when you connect to an RMS. Click Ready and then Connect. In the monitor radio you will hear your radio connect to the RMS and exchange data. The progress is shown in the information window. The percent of each message transmitted is shown by a blue progress bar at the top. When finished, you can close the browser and stop PAT in the command window. Future videos will cover ARDOP and Vara HF to send messages with a CAT-controlled HF radio. 73 and I will see you down the log.